Hey guys, it's me, the MC360 here, coming at you with another video inside of our Toronto FC Youth to Glory, the series where we put Toronto FC as well as the rest of the Canadian clubs and the Catalan clubs in the English system, and we're fighting to make a team full of 100% youth players or bought players from who are at least under the age of 22. And we're trying to win the Champions League with that while starting this season inside the English League 2 or the 4th tier of English football. And this is my shortlist currently for players who I would like to bring into the club. Some names you'll see like Holding, you should know that guy. Lo Celso, some pretty good youth talents, and I'm thinking of bringing at least 2 of them in, 2 per year, maybe 1 per year, but we'll use next year's already, something like that. But we're going to get right into this, and this is a voiceover, you could totally tell that. We're going to send this guy to Chile for, what about a playmaker, like Alexis Sanchez? Or actually, Alexis Sanchez more scores goals, but that doesn't matter. And we'll send Mr. Jason Walsh over to Egypt, probably. Okay, and we'll look for a winger, because they produced Mohamed Salah. They produced the other guy I forget the name of. And they turned out to be pretty good, so maybe he could find someone good too. And Maxime Courbet, the only 5-star we have right now, I'd like to send to his home nation of France for anything at all, because we do need players. We do need a lot of youth players, and I changed a couple of the rules. One of the rules was that players do not need to have release clauses on them if they are bought, and that is only because it's sort of hard when they're a player who has a potential of being worth 40 million, and they have a release clause of 10. So I don't want to risk losing a lot of money, so that's why I am not putting release clauses on the players you'll see. And I'm currently just simming through all of this preseason tournament because it doesn't really matter to me. You'll see probably the first actual game of the season in the next episode, and my way of editing, I actually have it so you only see the goals, and that is because then I'd have to sit here and watch through the whole thing, find the best parts. I can guarantee at the time I'm recording this, I'm actually inside Season 2, and in Season 2, I am going to make it so that there will be player stories. There won't be customization because I can't do that, but there will be player stories, there will be player of the episode, and there will be, I'll show things like crucial attacks, crucial points of the game, and we're going to go for this guy, Mr. Ordonzola, and I want to get Lo Celso, but most of these players are unwilling to locate. And Ordonzola and Upamecano, they just want us to pay their release clause. Now, Upamecano has like a potential of like 85, I'm pretty sure, and his release clause is like 5 mil. I mean, that's a steal. This Riveros guy, he also looks alright, but if I was going to choose any 2 players, it would probably be Ordonzola and Upamecano because I want to strengthen center back, and we already do have an alright left back, so a new right back would be better. And it's just saying, if I want to buy this guy, I have to pay his release clause. And I think we will pay the release clause because I do like this Alvaro. We'll call him Alvaro for now. And one thing that I ended up doing with this guy is I ended up not really calling him Alvaro, but calling him, since his last name's Ordonzola, and I don't know if I'm saying it right, and I don't want to go search it up or anything, so I just call him Orthodontist. I mean, it's probably harder than saying Ordonzola, but Orthodontist sounds good to me, or sometimes I call him Mr. Ortho while playing in-game, although I don't do live commentary, so it's not like it matters, and it's only no live commentary for this series. And I'm sorry, I'm actually skipping through some of this because I don't want you to have to sit there, watch the cringy parts where the characters aren't really speaking and they're mouthing the words. It's so cringy sometimes to see them talking, but no word. Like, they're talking, but they're not having sound come out of their mouths. It's just, I don't know why you added that feature in. I mean, if you're gonna add that feature in, at least put some kind of voice thing. I don't even care if the guy sounds like he's 70 and 1 foot in his grave. It doesn't matter. Just put some voices in, please. I mean, it would be so much better than just doing this and being so cringy. And the only reason I'm showing these is to make this video a little longer than it already is. It's about 17 minutes long if I'm right. So I'm only trying to waste time basically. And I'm also trying to talk about some of the players, like some of the other players who will be part of the series. Like, I'm trying to talk about like Mr. Ordonzola and the other person we signed, and I'm pretty sure you've already can tell we're probably gonna go for Upamecano. So Ordonzola and Upamecano, I'll tell you about them, but I don't want to tell you about any of the youth players we will be signing, because the thing about this is that I've already played through so much. I already know what's going to happen in the rest of this series, or at least in Season 1, so it's about to episode 11 I have recorded. This is episode 2, and I promise, I think I'm going to do 2 episodes a week. I don't expect to get many views on this series, but that's not going to get me down, because I love doing youth rebuilds like this. So this series will go for the whole entire, this series will go for all of FIFA 18 until we win the Champions League with this team. An achievement for buying a player with using his release clause. That's nice, I guess. And we actually don't have much money left after paying that, like, 16 mil, I think was his release clause. I'm pretty sure he only wanted like a 15 mil release clause if I was going to put one, and you know, I don't get why I'd put one if I'm gonna lose money, and I don't want to lose this club money because there's already some of these objectives that I don't think we can do, especially since all of these players will be replaced with youth players. This team is gonna get pulled apart, and they're expecting me to win the league, like finish in the round of 32, I think. So that's the round right before the round of 16. They want me to finish there in the FA Cup. I'm not sure what. I don't think they say anything about the Carabao Cup or the EFL Cup is, I guess it's used to be called. And Lo Celso, I really want to go for him, but like he doesn't want to relocate, and next season he'll be worth a lot. Even like Rob Holding, I can't approach. But Daya Upamecano, if I pay his 5 million release clause, I could get in talks with this guy, and that would work with me. I mean, he's a player with class, a good center back. I'm pretty sure he could play CDM too. Good potential. Sorry about that. And yeah. So if you didn't watch the video before this, I did explain more of a storyline to this. I suggest go watching that thing. The manager, it isn't me, it's Mr. Jean-Pierre Rideau. He will be our manager for this season of the Youth to Glory. Now, once this season is probably over, I will probably make another season if we have enough time. Now, the thing is that it's going to be maybe over 100 episodes of this series, so I don't want to, like, in June make another one of these series. Like, if this series takes me until December, which I can guarantee you will take longer than that, but if this takes me to about December, maybe I'll make another youth series after this. But I know for sure this series will end, unlike most of the series on this channel that flopped badly. I don't care if I get views, I don't care if I get likes, dislikes, whatever. I enjoy doing these types of series, and I'm trying to do one of these without stealing too many things from other youth YouTubers. And there's basically a main three I'm talking about when I'm talking about these YouTubers, which are Sparring DK, my man. That guy is probably my favorite. Cutsy, and also Bama Striker 9. And I watch all three of their youth series, but my favorite, the one I watch daily, because they all, well, Bama Striker doesn't. Actually, I think Sparring's DK is the only guy who actually does it daily, and his is basically the one I love, the one I like to interact with. I talked to him in the comments. I even made a, one of those fan accounts for one of the players, and he actually DM'd me and followed me on that account. Too bad he didn't follow me on my, actual account, and too bad. I mean, if you go to that profile and hit the YouTube channel, there's a link to this channel, so, you know, hopefully one day he will check it out. And that's all I've got, really. So, we are going to try to get some of these players out of the club because, I mean, Marquis Delgado, we're going to have to get rid of all these players anyways. And what's a good way to start other than doing this? We have to get rid of most of these guys. Well, what do I mean most of them? I have to get rid of all of them except for Upamecano and Mr. Ortho himself. And I guess I can tell you the nicknames to some of the players I've made so far. And I've only made 3 nicknames to my three of the 4 players on my back line, which of course Mr. Ortho is one of them. And the other 2 players, it's because one of them is because his name, again, I cannot pronounce, and the other one is because of his height. So our 2 center backs, who you will meet later on in this series, you will get to know them by their nicknames, which is Thesaurus. Now that I think about it, I probably made his name even longer, just like Mr. Orthodontist. But Thesaurus, Orthodontist, and Mr. 6'7" are 3 of our 4 defenders. And the other defender I didn't make a nickname to because his name was pretty simple, so I didn't make a nickname to him. But I hope there'll be a youth thing, a youth report coming soon. I don't know if there's one at the end of this episode or when it comes, as I forget when we sent them out. I mean, we sent them out earlier on in this episode. I don't know how I forgot that already, but, you know, I'm watching off this small screen. I'm just trying to talk to make this so that's not a silent video, and there's another, like, 3-4 minutes of this left, which means I have to talk to myself for another 4 minutes. And I could do, I saw a guy on Twitter, he asked Sparring Decay and Cutsy and I forget who else what they thought about his video, and I'm pretty sure it's probably a youth thing too, and I would love Sparring DK to watch this. The thing I'm not so secure about is that, I mean, to him, I'm probably a child. I'm 13. Teenager, I guess. Yeah, that's all I can think of. And I don't know if you take children on YouTube seriously. Like, I don't find myself a child. I find myself a teenager, but I do get, they sort of go under the same boat. I mean, you do have to be, I'm pretty sure, 13 to make a Twitter account. You have to be 13 to make a YouTube account, if I'm right. Although, I made my Twitter account when I was, like, 10, so, yeah. Sort of weird, but I still did it. I didn't really care. So, anyways, getting back to the actual game, we're going to try to sell Jordan Hamilton here. And, again, just like all the rest of the players, I just want to get rid of them. The more money we had, the more money in wages that we could pay our youth players. And I did sort of a youth series last year of FIFA 17, but it was never really getting recorded. I did it with Man City, and at the end, it never really finished. Like, Leroy Sané was like a 93 rated, Gabriel Jesus is a 92 rated, and I went to about Season 7. I mean, they only let you do, I think it was like 15 seasons of career mode. I went to about halfway through. I got about halfway through, and I started it in, like, June. No, it wasn't even June. It was, like, late July, which means I only had August and September, and well, school started in September, so about only the first week of September I played that. So I played it for a little over a month, and I never actually was really successful with making youth players. There's two players who actually come to mind when thinking of this series. Their names were Las Lemons, and I remember Las Lemons because he was German. That's not why I remember him, but one of the ASDF movies, there's a guy who goes up and he's like, "Have you seen my lemons?" And the way he says it, it sounds like he's saying it how this Lemons' name is spelled. And that's why I like that guy. He didn't really have the best potential, but I just loved him. And the other guy was Luca Costa, which was actually the same last name as the guy who scouted him, and the same nation too. So that was pretty good. Here we have these back. Nothing good in Chile, I don't think, if I'm right. And the other guy, Luca Costa, he was the highest rated at the end. We'll look at that guy. Or we won't. I don't know. I don't remember what I did. He's the highest rated out of all of them in like 7 seasons. He got to a 79 rated. Not bad. And Shakir Abubakar. See, I don't really know why I got rid of the other guy, and I think I'm gonna look at these two. Now I think about why did I get rid of the other guy? It doesn't matter. And we'll keep Shakir Abubakar for now. And Corbet, what do you have? Arthur Ferrier and Stephen Ferrier. We'll look at those two. Nicolas Vigne, Hervé Richard, and some other guy. We will sign up Richard. We'll get rid of him. And we'll keep Ferrier, Vigne, and the other Ferrier under our scouts. So it's about the time I have to say bye because the video will be over soon. So this is Hervé Richard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You'll have a couple seconds without me, and bye!